Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Pilates class. My name's Vera. I'm an instructor from Stonebridge Community Services, and I'm here to guide you through the workout. Today we're going to go with a little bit more of an intermediate class, but be certain to trust your body. If any of the exercises don't feel good, by all means just skip that exercise and soon we'll be on to another. So let's get started. We're going to start by lying down. If you feel better with a pillow, have a pillow nearby. If you feel fine without it, that's okay too. We're going to bring the arms all the way out to the side. Let's press the arms into the floor. Be heavy through the rib cage and just push, push, push. And now let's give ourselves a bit of a double chin looking down at the knees. And then from here, a gentle push of your head into the mat. And then when you're ready, we're going to let the arms just come up a little higher overhead like you're making a snow angel. And then back down to the side. And let's let the arms come up over the head again. And come all the way down, sweeping around like you're taking your shirt off, up and around. Let's go two more, up and around. And one more time, up and around. Perfect. We're going to take our hands, widen out, and press the shoulders into the mat. Slide your hands down towards your feet. Keep that double chin. Walk the feet in towards your bottom and squeeze the glutes as we lift the hips up into a bridge position. We're going to hold it there. And your choice, if you feel like you can add on to that, try to keep your hips as level as you can and unweight one foot. And down. And let's switch. The other foot comes up and down. Two more, up and down. And very last one, up and down. Perfect. Let the hips come down. Awesome. From here, we're going to bring the right leg up towards the chest. Now, let your ribs become as heavy as they can and just try to keep heavy through the ribs as we point the toe and tap that foot down to the floor. And up. Now, I'm going to give you a choice. This is going to be a little bit easier if one foot's down, a little bit harder if the other leg's up. Let's just hold on to that other leg. And we're going to let that leg just reach out again down towards the floor, keeping the ribs heavy. And up. If you want to make that a little bit harder, take that foot further away from your bottom, reach it away, trying to keep the ribs as heavy as you can, so it's not about touching the floor. It's about seeing where you can go. And keep your ribs as heavy as you can. So we don't want to be arching the back. Two more. And very last one. Perfect. Let's switch legs. So hold on to that leg or leave it on the floor. We're going to start by pointing the toe and let that leg just lower down towards the floor. And up. And two. Ribs are heavy, just warming up. And up. And let's go four more. Again, if that's easy, the leg goes further away. Three more. And two more. And very last one. Perfect. Okay, from here, you'll lower one foot and then the other. I'm going to give you a choice. If you tend to have back problems, this is where you might want to put the pillow underneath your bottom for a little extra support. So that's not an issue. Work without the pillow. Now we'll bring both legs up again, one leg and then the other. And now tuck your knees in far enough so you feel like your ribs are nice and flat on the mat. And then when you're ready, we're going to start by bringing one leg all the way up to the ceiling and then lowering it down to that point that you feel like your ribs are challenged to stay down. So just a little bit harder when you hit that point that it's hard to keep them down, tuck it in. Let's switch the other leg all the way up, anchor the ribs and lower it down and in. We've got four more, up, lower it down and in. Three more, up, lower it down and in. Two more, up, lower it down and in. And very last one, up, lower it down and in. Good job. your knees a little shake, relax that low back. Back to the center. And now from here, this one's a little bit harder, so you decide where to go. If you tend to have back problems, keep your knees bent and both legs. We're just going to lower it down to whatever point feels challenging, and then just keeping the waist nice and tight to come up. Let's do that for 3 more times. 3, and in. 2 more, shoulders are wide, and in. Very last one. Perfect. Okay, from here, let's straighten the legs all the way out. Keep those legs squeezed together, ribs heavy. We're going to lower down to that point that you feel like you can keep the ribs heavy. If this is hard, keep the legs bent and then tuck the knees in and up. So cinch the waist, press the ribs into the floor, lower it down to that point that feels challenging, and then tuck. And let's go 4 more. And in. 3 more. And in. 2 more. And tuck. Very last one. And tuck. Perfect. Let's straighten the legs out 1 more time. Shoulders are wide. We're going to draw 3 little circles. 3 and 2, giving those low abs lots of work. Very last one. Pause and reverse. Let's go the other way. 3 and 2 and 1. Perfect. Tuck the knees in, give it a quick little shake, loosen everything up. And back to the center. Heels are together, knees wide. We're going to close and open, really pressing into the feet. Close and open. Let's go 4 more and open. Waking up those glutes. 3 more. 2 more. And very last one. Now we're going to put that all together. We're going to close and open and then reach the legs out and tuck. It's going to be easier if you bring your legs up towards the ceiling. A little harder if you bring your legs down more towards the ground. Open, close, open, and press. Good job. Bring it in. Open, close, open, and press. Let's go 2 more. Open, close, open, and press. Very last one. Open, close, open, and press. Well done. Bring your knees in. Let's make some circles here. Just 3 and 2 and reverse. Let's go the other way. 3 and 2 and 1. Nice job. Let's lower one leg down and then the other. You gotta lift the bottom up if you have that pillow and roll over so you're facing me. The pillow can be used under your head, or you can put your arm there, whatever feels right. And then when you're ready, we're just going to glue the feet together, heels and balls of the feet, and lift both legs up. Hold it there for 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Let's do that 2 more times. Squeeze, lift, and hold. 4, 3, 2, and down. And 1 more time. Squeeze, lift, and hold. 4 and 3 and 2 and down. Perfect. From here, we're going to draw the knees in. Push the heels together. Keep the hips and belly button facing forward as we open and close. And 2 and close. And 3 and close. And 4. Let's go 2 more. 5. And very last one. 6. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, we're going to straighten the top leg out. Press into your heels. We're going to lift, keeping that top waist long, and lower. And 2. And down. And 3. And down. Let's go 2 more. And down. Very last one. Good job. Give that leg a little hug. Give it a little shake if it needs it. And now we're going to extend that leg one more time. We're going to let that leg come up towards your knee. So now there's a straight line between the bottom leg and the top leg. And now let's point the toe and turn it down towards the floor. We're just going to lower it down towards the mat and lift, leading with the heel. And 2, and up, and 3, and up. 3 more. We're almost done. 2 more. Relax the neck. And very last one. Good job. Give that leg one more hug while we're here. We're straightening that bottom leg out. Top leg, you decide. Behind is a little bit easier. If you've had a hip replacement, that's where you want to be. If not, out in front's a little bit more challenging. It'll work that hip a little bit more, stretching it out. Bottom leg, we're going to push into the heel and just lift and lower. And 2, and down, and 3, and down. Really important to have strong inner thighs for your knee health. 3 more, and down. 2 more, and down. Very last one. Let's point the toes out, and one more time down, and up, and 2, and up, and 3. Just 3 more, and 2 more, and very last one. Perfect. Okay, relax. Bring that top leg in. I'm just going to do a little stretch while we're here. Both hands out in front. And now let that top hand go out a little bit further, like you're trying to reach for me. And then we're going to sweep that hand up and over. In a perfect world, we're going to keep, when you get on top of your head, turn your pinky up towards the ceiling and just keep going. Perfect world, we can keep our hands on the floor, but we want to stay at whatever point feels comfortable. We don't want it to hurt. Just opening up through the front of your body as you reach that back hand back, like there's something just out of reach. Perfect, and let's make a nice long sweep to come up. Nice. From here we're going to come right over to our bellies. This is where it's nice to have that little pillow underneath your forehead. So we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a double chin. Lower yourself down so that your forehead's on the pillow. And then take your hands right down to your side. So we're slapping the floor so the thumbs are away from the body. And then walk those fingers down. Keep the double chin, and we're going to unweight the forehead from the pillow. Lift the hands up and turn the thumbs away from the body. Reaching down towards your toes. And relax. Let's do that 2 more times. Double chin, unweight the forehead, so just that little lift up. Hands come up, the thumbs turn up. And breathe, and relax. 1 more time. Big breath in as we extend through the spine and lift and hold. And down. Awesome. From here, let's bring our hands up to whatever point feels okay for you. Either airplane position or a little lower if you need to. Now both hands are going to lift away from the floor. And lower. And 2. And lower. And 3. And lower. Let's go 3 more. And down. 2 more. And down. Very last one. And release. Good job. From here I'm going to tuck the hands in right by the shoulders. Just let yourself come up, extending through the spine. Prop yourself up here. It's really good if you've been doing any gardening or bending forward, even golfing. Now that the golf courses are open again, yay. To just let that spine hang out there and get some relief from that forward bending. While we're here, we're just going to do a little stretch for the front of the hip. So let's just bend that left leg in. We're going to squeeze that invisible orange behind the knee. Let's start by pointing the toe. It's a little bit easier. And now let's get really heavy through that hip. And if it's okay, you can now just gonna flex that foot so the heel's coming in more towards your bottom. You might get more cramping there if you do go back to a point. Now lengthen that knee away from your shoulder and hold it there. Keep breathing. Just want to give that front of the hip, the quads, the hip flexors a chance to relax and open up. So in a second, we're going to do some hip extension. And it's really a lot easier to lift that leg if that hip's relaxed. And relax. Good job. Same thing on the other side. We'll start with the toe pointing. Bring it in like we had that invisible tennis ball behind the knee. Try to just squeeze that tennis ball as hard as you can and then become heavy through the right side of the hip. Deep breathing, trying to relax and release. If you're okay to flex that foot now, pull the heel in towards your bottom. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And relax. Ah, good job. Okay, we're going to bring the head back down to the pillow. Today we'll start by putting the hands under the hip if that's okay. If not, you can leave them at your side. The hands are underneath the hip to give us a little feedback because right now we're going to lift up that left leg, and our goal is to, when we lift, hold it there, see how it feels, and put it down again. If you feel like you became heavier on that hand, on that hip side, try to wake up your abs so that they're really working here. And now when we lift that leg, the hip should stay nice and even. So lift again. And down. Okay, let's switch the other side again. Staying even through the hips by using your abs. Up. And down. Let's go 4 more. And down. 3 more, and down, 2 more, and down, very last one. Perfect, okay. Now we're going to bring our left hand either to airplane if your arms are painful or lower, or higher if your arms are okay. Now when we lift that right leg, that left hand's going to lift up, and down, and 2, and down. Let's just go 2 more. And down. Very last one. Perfect. Okay, let's switch sides. The other hand goes either out to the side or overhead. Hips are nice and even through the front. We're going to lift the left leg and the right arm overhead. And down. And 2. And down. And 3. Let's go 2 more. And very last one. Perfecto. Okay, from here we're going to change our head over to the other side of the mat. Probably want that pillow there for a little extra support. And that way you'll still be facing me and we can work that other side. So again, nice and tall, pushing the hip down, lifting up through the waist, nice and tight through the core. Nobody can push you over. Let's start by reaching through the heel and lifting that top leg up with the waist nice and long, and down. And 2. And down. And 3. Let's go 2 more. And very last one. Perfect. We're going to give that leg a little hug, slide the bottom leg up to a bent position, and when you're ready, stack everything back up again. Hips and belly button facing forward as we push the feet together and open the knees. And down. And 2. And down. And 3. And down. Let's go 3 more. And 2 more. And remember, we're having fun here. Give me a smile. I looked so serious in my last video. Okay, from here, we're going to just reach that top leg out. We're going to let that leg come up until your legs are even at the front of the quads. And then turn the toe down just a little bit down towards the floor and just tap the floor and lift. And let's go 2 and lift. And 3, and lift. Just 2 more, and lift. And very last one, and give it a great big old hug. While we're here hugging it, loosening it up, we'll straighten that bottom leg up. You decide the leg goes behind or in front. Push into the heel of the bottom leg and use your inner thigh to lift and release. And 2, and release. And 3, and release. Let's go 3 more. And 2 more. And last one. Let's point the toe. We're going to lower and lift for 5. And up. And 4. And up. And 3. Almost there. Just 2 more. And very last one. Relax. Nice job. Let's just bend the knees in one more time. Take the arms out to the front. Slide that top hand like you're trying to reach for something. And then sweep that hand all the way overhead. See how far you can open, open, open. Reach for something just out of reach. Should feel good. We really want to open up the front of that chest. And then just close that door again. Bring it back together. Perfecto. Okay, from here, let's roll onto our back. We're almost done. Now, I very seldom do a lot of flexing. If you have any sort of issues with osteopenia, osteoporosis, that forward movement isn't your friend. So I'm going to give you an option here. We're going to bring the hands behind the head, either under the pillow or above, whatever feels good for you. If it hurts to have your hands go up that high, just find that happy place, whether it's down here or a little higher. Just want to open up the front of your body. We're going to look down at the knees and press the elbows into the floor. Press the head, look at the knees, and open, open, open. So if you have any sort of issues with forward head posture, this is your exercise. We don't want to lift the head. We don't want to encourage that forward head posture. But in real life, we do need to be able to lift our head just to get out of bed. So if it's okay for you, whichever variation of this exercise works for you, it's a little bit easier if you wrap your elbows around your ears and just let your hands help you lift your head, but as little as possible. We want to use our neck as much as we can and lower it down. If that's okay and you want to make it a little bit harder, keep the elbows wide and lift and down. Let's just do 2 more. Just that unweighting, letting your head float up, looking right at your knees so your chin's tucked and down. And very last one. Awesome, and down. And now let's slide that right leg right into the chest. We're going to straighten it out as much as we can, but keep holding on to it. Keep giving it that great big old hug. Nice deep, deep, deep breaths here. The sun's shining. It feels amazing to be outside. I'm so glad that spring's coming. And let that leg come all the way up. Give it a little shake. We've got our 3 little circles, trying to stay even and steady through the back of the hips. And reverse. Let's go the other way. 3 and 2. Very last one. Good job. We're going to cross over into that figure 4. Try to open up the hip as much as we can. Now, your choice. If this is all you can do, that's your exercise. Just work on opening that hip. You can even give it a little low-grade press if you like. If it's okay to bring that leg all the way up and get a little more of a stretch, that's okay too. Trust your body. See what feels good for you. This is stretching. It should feel good. Nice, deep, deep breaths. Try to bring that breath right down to where you feel any sort of tension. Open up. Try to breathe right into the back of the ribs and expand the rib cage. And down. Good job. Same thing on the other side. We're going to give that knee a great big hug right behind. Just going to straighten that leg out as much as it will straighten. It's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. Nice deep, deep breaths as you try to straighten that leg out. Relax your jaw, relax your neck. Your shoulders are flat on the floor. Hips are even. And let that leg just pop right up, a little shake, 3 little circles here, trying to stay nice and even through the hips. And pause and reverse. Let's go the other way. 3 and 2 and 1. Nice work. We're going to cross over into that figure 4. Widen out through the hips as much as you can with or without assisting. I'd rather use the muscles if you can, but if you need that little extra push, that's okay too. Try to even out through the back of your hips so that you're not leaning over to that side that leg's bent. And then when you're ready, we're going to fold that leg up if that's okay. Nice deep, deep breathing as we hold it here. Try to breathe right into the back of the ribs. Relax through the hips. Hold it there.